Alright, so I really wanted to talk about this. I know I do a lot of manga stuff, but this is more about anime. It's been on my mind a lot because I've been going down a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime hole a lot and just watching a lot of anime more than I used to. Update. Anime is pretty good. Like, surprisingly, it's pretty good. Okay, so I want to talk about the dreaded word filler. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Any anime fan is raging right now, I'm sure, about that word. But I am gonna defend it in a weird way. I know. Like, it's crazy, but kind of. Let me explain. Okay, so we know when you watch anime that you are there for an adaptation of a beloved manga series. I get that 100%. But then it almost catches up to the manga, and instead of going on hiatus, which some shows do, but some are like, no, we got it every week, man. Every week they're expecting an episode, or like a 26 episode, and then, we gotta keep going. The show must go on. So then they invented filler. And this is where I kind of defend it. You have great filler. Dragon Ball Z has great filler. I know. You're like, what? No, it has horrible filler. No. Goku driving? You gonna say you didn't like Goku driving and Piccolo with a backwards hat? You're lying to yourself. You're lying. You love that episode. That episode's great. It's great filler. But yeah, you have that, or the Otherworld tournament arc where he meets Pycon. That's a cool. It's like 4 or 5 episodes. That's a neat filler arc. Or Bleach. I know I do not speak kindly of Bleach a lot, but the Zanpakuto Rebellion, like, that was a cool arc, and you got to witness the relationships from the wielders and their Zanpakutos, and you kind of got some personal backstories about their relationships. That's an okay filler. Filler's pretty good. All right, I think that lasted like 3 minutes. That's all I could think of. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of bad filler. I tried. I truthfully, man, I came to this video and I was like, I'm gonna try to defend filler. I can't do it. I can't do it. Filler is bad. Because yes, I gave you some fun examples of filler, but Naruto, 41% filler. 41% filler. And sometimes filler retcons everything. Like the it's like Yoda arc or something, where he meets like a kid that died but got resurrected, and it's causing havoc in the village, and then it flashes back and like Naruto's friends with like the kids in the village. Naruto is not supposed to be friends with the kids in the village. That's his whole thing. Like, he had no friends. Like, Sasuke was like his first friend. That's why their battle throughout the entire series means so much. Is because they were their best friends to each other. He had no friends. No friends. Why is he friends with all these kids in the... What? What? And don't even get me started on Garlic Jr. The Dragon Ball Z Garlic Jr. saga. It's like the Dead Zone. The sequel. The Dead Zone wasn't even canon. It's the sequel. Like... What? I completely understand why companies do filler and they catch up to the manga and they have to wait. I'm going to interrupt myself right now because I just saw something. Do you remember the Bleach? Again, I know I try to be so nice to Bleach. It's just not working out. Do you remember the Aizen fight where Ichigo, he was in the middle of the fight with the Arankars and Aizen and all that? And then he just left to go back to school or the new captain arc, and for years, legitimately years, not like in show, in like life, in like real life years. And then, the title of the episode is just called Mundo Restart or something. Or, yeah, something restart. It's going to be on the screen right now. You just gave up. You just said, you know what? We got no title. Restart. We know what we did. We're sorry. Please follow us. Please keep watching the show. We wholeheartedly apologize. What? But back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by myself. I do understand why companies have to continue on because they have a popular animated show that brings in ratings and money and things of that nature. It's a business. I totally get it. But the thought that I had and the thought that I really wanted to ask everyone and get their opinions on is, do you enjoy filler? Like, am I the only one that's like, I know I'm not. Like, that's a crazy question. But is the majority, like, I enjoy the filler. I feel like it gets me closer to the characters, and maybe you get some cool character moments in a show that didn't have it in the manga and things of that nature. Do you feel like it helps the show or hinders the show or hurts it? Like, to me, if an anime caught up with the manga, I would rather them stop and go on hiatus, because I understand why they did it back in the day, because we didn't have hundreds of other choices for anime. But now with Crunchyroll and Funimation and Netflix and Hulu and all this stream, we have hundreds of choices. Tens of hundreds of animes come out every year. So to me, a show would stay with me, and maybe they're worried about losing viewers, but if you enjoy a show, it doesn't matter if it's a year off or 2 years off, you're gonna be right back with that show. And I feel like shows have done that. Like, was it Attack on Titan that took a long hiatus? I don't know. I probably should look into that, but it might have been Attack. There was a show, I feel like recently, a very popular show that took like a year off or 2 years off. And a lot of shows now have seasons where they do take 6 months off. And I would rather have strong adaptation of the source material that became so beloved, was the reason that the anime was even thought about being made, with breaks in between, than trying to shove into our faces like, okay, this fighting anime, they're gonna go on a date now. What? Like, you can doing filler does more harm than good, because you can actually damage characters. Naruto is a perfect example. Characters' actual backstory and reasons for their arc in the entire series, because you caught up to the manga and oh god, we have to make an episode. And that's, I think, what my biggest problem is with the dreaded word filler. I know, I got a little heated. I apologize. I'm very passionate about this. I would rather have 12 amazing episodes with a year break than it, like Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad. What if you saw Walter White like order a pizza that he didn't threw on a roof? Like, I don't need to see him order it just because you're like, oh, we gotta have one more episode. What a weird example. Why did I think of that? Anyway, I would rather have strong episodes with a year break or longer and have a solid series than shove in a bunch of stuff that could actually do way more harm than good. But that's just my thought on everything. So I appreciate you once again listening to me ramble. It was just, I don't know, I've been sitting around thinking about it a lot and just decided to yell in to the void of the internet. But yes, thanks so much for watching all the way through. I appreciate you. And let me know down in the comments, what is some of your favorite and some of the worst filler that you've ever watched in anime. Thanks. I'll see you next time.